Do you have a website? Do you get visitors to your website? Do you want to learn some additional ways to cash in on those visitors, whether they purchase a product or not, whether they sign up for your website? Whatever the goal of your website is, as we know, we don't always get visitors that complete the goal we want them to. Monetizing your website is a great way to cash in on those visitors that don't complete the goals of your current website. Today we're going to show you how to monetize your website in less than 30 minutes with Google AdSense. Google AdSense is a program from Google where you can display ads from other advertisers that are in the Google network on your website. You get paid every time someone clicks on those ads on your website. The first step to getting started, of course, is signing up for a Google AdSense account. In order to sign up for a Google AdSense account, simply go to www.google.com/AdSense. If you've already got a Google account, you can use your existing account and link it to your AdSense account. If you don't, that's okay too. You can use any external email for the AdSense service. It's not required to have a Google account. However, of course, Google does offer several great services, and one of those great services for websites in particular is Google Analytics, where you can track your traffic. So I definitely recommend signing up for a Google account if you don't have one already. At any rate, once you get to the website, click on Sign Up Now. You will have to have at least one existing website that you can put into the system. The great thing about Google AdSense is you can use your same Google AdSense account for multiple websites. So if you've got more than one website, don't worry. You won't have to sign up for an AdWords account for every website that you do have. After you fill out the information for sign up, then follow the email instructions that you're emailed after sign up, you're ready to go. Alright, now that our Google AdSense account is set up and we followed some preliminary steps once logging into our account to make our account fully active, we'll be prompted with the dashboard. Every time you log into your Google AdSense account after setup, you'll be taken to this screen. This screen gives you an overview of your account. You have today's earnings. You can also look at previous earnings here with the drop down, and this gives you AdSense for content, gives you referrals, search, mobile content, domains, and feeds. We'll get into what each one of these are later in the video, but it's going to show you page impressions, how many times your ad actually showed up on a page, how many clicks you had, and it's going to show you the page click-through rate. Click-through rate is the percentage of times that your ad showed up and the times it was actually clicked. So any of the ads that you select and have on your website, you can track them and see these great statistics. Page eCPM is the average amount of impressions, the dollar amount that you receive. So CPM is 1,000 impressions. So it's going to give you a great performance rating so you can see if your ads are performing well enough for them showing up 1,000 times, how many times are you actually making money, and what's the percentage of the money that you're making. Earnings, of course, is your total earnings. Now, this goes once again by day. You can look at the previous day, the last 7 days, this month, last month, and all time. Well, since this is a new account set up for this demonstration, we don't have any statistics in there to really look at, but they're self-explanatory and straightforward. Channels is the first thing we're going to get into when we go and set up our AdSense for content. And then you can look at each channel individually as well. So you can see which channels on your website or which areas of real estate on your website are performing the best. This is very helpful to place ads in the right area and make sure that you can get the best performing ads in the best real estate on your website. You'll also get some daily tips down here, and then you'll also get information about the program, any type of updates, any of that good stuff that you want to look at. You can also do some more advanced reporting down here and look at each day and really analyze what's happening on your website. But to go ahead and get started making money on your website so that you can get paid for every time someone clicks on an ad, what you'll want to do is start with just AdSense for content. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to come up here to the AdSense setup. Once we click on that, we're going to pick AdSense for content. I'm sure you've seen these particular ads, AdSense is going to display these ads on your website. So anyone in the Google network that's advertising through Google Service AdWords, they pay a certain amount per click on each ad. You're getting part of that now by putting these ads on your website. So we're going to click here on AdSense for content. This is a great place to start. Now what this actually does is it's going to display relevant ads on your website based on your website's content. So if you've got a blog that talks about cats, for instance, it's only going to show ads on your website that pertain to the content you have regarding cats. So this way you get targeted ads on your website immediately and very easy. That's why we're showing you AdSense in our first installment video, because this does all the work for you. You don't have to think too much. You just have to paste some code on your website and you're ready to go, and you're getting targeted ads, which are the best type of performing ads on any website. Now we've got a couple of options here. We've got an ad unit. An ad unit displays like the example over here on the right, and we've got a link unit. A link unit displays like this. The difference between the two is an ad unit is only one ad. And you see we've got the option here to select between text ads only, which show like this, image ads only, which are going to be actually advertiser submitted ads that are images that fit the size that you select in the upcoming step, or you can do text and image ads. Now once you get a more advanced user and you learn how to track all these statistics, then you'll be able to decide which ones perform best on your website, and you can test between the two. Certainly it's well worth putting up text ad only block and an image ad only block. See which one performs best on your website and then select that one for your long-term goal. Link units are a good ad as well, because they're going to display multiple ads within one box. And you see here they're going to have targeted keywords based on your content. So first let's go ahead and just select an ad unit. So we're going to click continue down here. And then we're going to be presented with our wizard. Now this wizard makes everything a snap for setting up your ads very, very quickly and easily. You do need to know the size of the real estate you want to put it on. For this particular example, we're just going to use a small square, 200 by 200, since we do have a fresh WordPress installation up here that we're going to put it on. I've already put in the code to set aside a block that I'm going to put my AdSense ads in. And if you know any basic HTML, or you have a designer, then they'll set up that box for you. They'll tell you the appropriate size. All you need to do is give them the code to plug in for AdSense, which we're going to get here shortly. If you know any standard HTML, very easy to do. So once we pick the size that we want, here's a sample of our ad, the way it will display. We want to pick the color. Now, by picking the color, we've got some preset examples here that you can slide through. You can see they change over here. For this example, we're going to use Blue Mix just so it stands out. And remember, if you're using image and text ads, this will also be an image. Now, it's not quite showing the dimensions of the 200 by 200 box, but it's showing you a preview of what it's going to look like. Then we have some corner styles down here. This is actually going around the corners on the ad if we choose to do so. We've got square corners as it is now, slightly rounded corners, and very rounded corners. You can see by selecting each one, it gives you a little nicer look. So in this one, we're just going to use slightly rounded corners. Now we can have a choice here, alternate ads or colors. What this does is when there's no particular paid ad, it will show an alternate ad. So we can show non-Google ads from another URL. That's something for a little more advanced users. If you've got some other direct ads you want to show in there, you can certainly place those in there. And then if you've got any advertisers in your rotation outside of Google, those will show up when there's no AdSense ads available. Or you can fill the space with a solid color and pick the color. Well, for this instance, to make it very simple and easy, we're just going to show public service ads. Now once we hit continue, now we're presented with channels. I've already set up a channel for this particular one, since this is on the sidebar in this particular WordPress template that we're using for this example. It's in the top right corner, so I've already set up a channel for top right sidebar. And if you've got multiple websites, this is where you can note that as well. Now what channels do, channels allow you to track each particular part of the real estate on your website or multiple websites so you can see which one is performing the best. When we go back to the dashboard, we'll look at those channels again and review those after we set this up. Then you can see how valuable that information is. You always want to make sure that you want to put the best ads in the best selection of ads, whether they be image or text, in the real estate that's performing the best. Of course, that's how you're going to make the most money. So, in this case, we've got one set up. We'll just add it here, and then it's going to automatically track that channel with the ad we select. We can also add a new channel. For this case, I'll just put in new channel, and then you get a new channel. It automatically adds it to the ad that you're working on. You can remove it, so you can have multiple ads if we wanted this ad to show up in 2 different blocks on the website. However, I recommend one ad per channel. That way you can keep everything separate, as I said. Make sure that you're getting the most benefit out of that particular real estate on your website. So after we hit continue, it's going to give us a little output here of the ad so that we know this is the ad that we created on this date. Once we hit submit and get code, now we've got our code for our actual ad. Now we can preview it, we can edit it, or we can create a new AdSense unit. Well, what we want to do first is maybe look at it and see how it looks. Well, this is how it would look in the 200 by 200 size. This is just an example ad, not the particular ad that may show up on your website. Once again, that's going to depend on the content that you do have. And then you can also put in the URL and preview it as it would look on your page. Okay, now I'm just going to hit back here, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab my code. Once you click in the box, it's automatically going to highlight everything. Just select copy. Now I've already got a place in my WordPress blog set up for this, as I said before. So let me just paste that in there and save it. Now it does take up to 10 minutes for your ad to actually start showing up. If you've got a regular HTML, just paste it in the appropriate place as well. Like I said, if you need a developer to do that for you or whatever the case is, all you need to do is pass that code off to them if you've got a developer. So after the 10 or 15 minutes passed, you can see here in my Google AdSense ads block that I set up on my website, there's the ad that I created. Now I get paid anytime someone clicks on any of the links inside this ad box. Now, of course, I've got a monetization stream set up, so if I've got an e-commerce website and someone doesn't buy a product of mine, I can have the relevant links over there. You can see that this particular website is, the only content really on it is the title, and the title of this website is called Monetize Your Website. So you can see that Monetize Your Website is the only actual content on the website, as well as we've got the regular WordPress information in here with blog and so forth. So you can see that the ads automatically match the content that we have on the page. That's why the best place to start is Google AdSense. It does all the hard work for you. The hardest part about advertising on your website is getting that relevant content. That's why the best place to start is Google AdSense, since it does the work for you with Google's engine. Now, we talked about channels a few moments ago, so let's go back and review that here real quickly on our dashboard. Now you can see the top channels, so you can see our channel we just added is in here. And you can see that I've refreshed the page twice, so we've already got 2 page impressions. It tracks very quickly. It's pretty much real time. It can lag sometimes about 2 hours at the most, I would say, but it's almost real time for you to be able to see the statistics on your website. Now there's a couple of different other options that we didn't cover. We covered the AdSense for content under AdSense setup. The first type we covered was the ad unit. Let's go ahead and make a link unit. Now a link unit, as I said, is going to just display links. So for instance, let's pick another box here. Let's do the 200 by 90 square for that particular box. Once again, pick your palette that you would like to use. So in this case, we'll use different colors so it stands out a little bit. Let's use Seaside. You can also, with both of these content blocks, pick your colors manually. So if you know the colors that you want to exactly match your template on your website, definitely set that up here. If it looks cleaner, blends in more, most likely you're going to get more click-throughs and therefore more money from your website. Once again, we're going to do alternate ad. We're just going to do show public ads if there's nothing to show up. We're going to click continue. We're going to select a channel. In this case, we'll just select the new channel. If I wanted to make this coincide, I may want to put middle, right sidebar, whatever the case is, so that I can track that separately. I'm going to click continue, click submit and get code, take my code, copy that, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it in my template. Okay, now we've waited our 10 minutes and our new ad link box is showing up down here in the new box that we've created. So if anyone clicks on any of these links down here, make money on our blog, get paid to blog, all those good things, we're going to get paid. So now we've got several ads on our website in a matter of minutes that we'll start making money on anytime someone clicks on any of those ads. Now that we've got some ways to start making money on our website, I just want to cover a few things here in closing that are going to help you out. What you need to do, of course, is play with this, try different configurations, try image ads versus text ads, see which ones perform better, make sure that you keep an eye on your channels, watch which ones perform the best, try to optimize those as much as possible with either using the image ads or text ads, whichever ones you find are performing the best. There's a few things though that we do want to cover that are going to help you out. AdSense setup under this tab. What you want to do is go to the competitive ad filter. Now, especially if you're an e-commerce website, you don't want ads showing up on your website for people selling the same type of products. All you need to do is come down here and enter in the URLs of those sites that are showing like products. You don't want those on your website, of course, because you want people to buy your products, not leave and go buy your competitors' products. That's a great place to put any URLs for ads you don't want to show up on your website. Allowed sites is another area where you can filter some of the ads. You can allow any site to show ads on your website, or you can only allow certain sites to show ads on your account. So if you know there's certain type of ads you want to show up, then you can just click on those and you can put the URLs in. And you need to know though that they are in the AdWords program, but you'll be able to research that and look at that by the ads that show up on your website over time. So if you do see that you have some ads showing up that you really want to continue, you can show those ads only on your website. Resources is a great area to go to get more information about not only Google AdSense, but you can also get more information about other Google services such as Webmaster Central and all those good things. You can take some webinars, go to the help forums, use the AdSense blog. All of these are very, very good tools, as well as the AdSense search. AdSense search, just type in what you're looking for assistance on and you'll get assistance over there. Well, that covers monetizing your website. There's a few things in the intro that I talked about that we won't be covering. Those are referrals. Referrals are no longer offered. Referrals used to be a program that in AdSense you could go through and select certain ads and certain advertisers, display them on your website with the CPA or cost per action, where you got paid a certain amount for whatever the goal was of that particular ad. They're now offering that through AdSense. You want to make sure that you set up your channels for that reason also, because advertisers will be able to look in their AdWords account and select specified areas on websites to advertise on. If you have your channels set up, then they'll be able to see where they can advertise on. In particular, if you don't have channels set up, they can just pick to advertise on your website. AdSense for mobile content, we won't really cover that, but it's the same thing as the AdSense for content, but it's going to show up on mobile websites. So if you have a website that is particularly for mobiles and mobiles to view, then that's where you'll want to set up those ads, and it's the same as AdSense for content. AdSense for domains is when you have parked domains. Let's say you buy a new domain name, you're not going to use it for a while. That's where you'll set that up. AdSense for feeds is to place ads in your RSS feeds. So if you've got a blog and you want to monetize your RSS feeds for those people that subscribe, you'll set those up there. That covers it. Now you can go set up your Google AdSense account in a matter of minutes, start making money. Of course, over time, the more you use this, the more knowledge you gain through using the resources, the better your ads will perform, the more money you'll start to make. This is the absolute best way, though, to start monetizing your website and get targeted ads on your website. We hope that you've enjoyed this. We thank you for purchasing this ebook, and please look out for more in the future. We're going to have additional series coming up once every month. We're going to go into more and more ways to monetize your website using such thing as affiliates and using other avenues that you can advertise on your website and make money.